everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. Today we have the Xfinity Series finale and a special surprise that's really going to change the career mode up for us in the future. So later in the video, tune in for that. And I want to say to my American viewers, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Obviously for me, we had it last month being in Canada. So I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. But now it's time to go into the Homestead Race. We came into this race, we missed the Final Four. Obviously, you guys, if you watched last episode, we missed it by about 8 points. So the drivers going for the championship in this race is Justin Allgaier, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, and Cole Custer. So let's see which one of those four can pull off a championship here in Homestead. Right off the bat, you're going to see I dived right to the bottom in turn one on the first lap, just trying to gain as much ground as I could. As we come alongside Christopher Bell, already making contact with one of our rivals, and that already sets me back at the beginning of this race. And we know that Christopher Bell is pretty much the reason we're not in this Final Four, and you know we can't have an episode without me hitting the apron, so I just had to make sure we did that. But Christopher Bell is, other than Ross Chastain winning, Christopher Bell is the reason we didn't really point our way into the Final Four. So I'm pretty confident I can say now that the chances of him winning this championship are pretty low. So I'm not saying I'm going to wreck him, but I'm probably going to wreck him if I have the chance. But down the back straightaway, we did gain quite a bit of time. You notice the AI in the corner really like to run the top line here. We do have some guys going on the bottom, but really on the restarts, they run right against the wall. So we're going to have to really take advantage of that on the restarts. But other than that, we're going to be trying to pass these guys on the bottom on the very early run here. But if we can get up to the wall, obviously, I will take full advantage of that because I love running the wall. As we get loose in turn one, running that seam very loose, but we held on to it. That's one of the other problems with running the bottom here. I mean, if you can run the top, you're not going to really get loose, at least in NASCAR Heat 3 or any 704 game that they make, because it's just the way the cars handle in this game. But already working our way back up close to the top 10, P11, and as we came to now lap 9 of 10 in stage 1, coming to the white this time for the stage, loose again running the middle line, but we have run down Daniel Hemrick. He currently holds the last stage point position. Now as the white flag is out in stage 1, we have a chance to maybe get a stage point or two. We go way to the bottom, 3 wide on Hemrick and Christopher Bell. He's up top, so we can get by one of our rivals with no problem, all the way up to P9 from 11th. Contact with Ryan Preece down the back straightaway. I didn't know that we were 3 wide with Harvick. But as we go into turn 3, we should be able to get ahead of these guys. Way to the bottom, they're drifting up the track as usual. Under our teammate Justin Allgaier, who's competing for a championship out of turn 4. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt coming to the line. He's going to get P6, and we're going to get P7 in stage 1. So he rallied back quite a bit, so that's really good. Now let's see. Currently, the best running driver in the championship 4 is Cole Custer. So your current champion right now is Cole Custer. Ross Chastain running behind him, who has 1 win this whole season, and then it was in Texas. So maybe he can pull a miracle off. But the green flag comes back out, and we're definitely going to have to try and take advantage here on this restart as we go to the bottom, make a 3 wide on John Hunter and Justin Allgaier into turn 1. Now even getting under our other teammate, Tyler Reddick, who won the championship in Xfinity Series in real life. Congratulations to him. And now with a chance to take the lead, though, clearing almost Ty Dillon out of turn 2. He's going to get the run down the back straightaway, get to my outside and clear me. Now Cole Custer is about to clear me as we approach turn 3. He does clear me for the moment, but he's going to try to get to the bottom. We do not allow him to get in front of me. So now a little bit loose once again in turn 3 and on the exit of turn 4. Cole Custer with a lot of momentum on my outside, but we're going to side draft him down the straightaway. I know he's going for a championship, but I want at least a chance at winning this race before we're done with our Xfinity career. Clear of Cole Custer into turn 1, now to the back bumper of Ty Dillon, who's pretty fast in this race right now. You see how much of a gap me and him alone have over the cars in 3rd and 4th, battling back behind us. Tyler Reddick and Custer side by side behind me. We're going to run the middle line, though, into turns 3. We get a little bit loose there, but that's one of the better kind of handling lines I've had throughout this race. And early on, you know, I wasn't running up against the wall. I was trying to be a little conservative, kind of like they do in real life. I don't want to risk anything right now and go up to the wall and just ruin my car before this race is even halfway over, kind of like Kyle Larson screwed up his race in the real event for the Cup Series in the season finale. Congratulations to Joey Logano, by the way, on the Cup Championship. He's the only guy in the Final Four I wanted to win, and he got it, and he was well deserving of it. Now on the exit of turn 4, Ty Dillon, he is pulling away just a little bit right now. So we're losing time to the 9, but we came to lap 9 in stage 2. About the same gap between myself and Tyler Reddick. But you see Ty Dillon, he's still checking out. He's got a solid gap right now, over half a second as we go into turn 3. A little low entry for the 3. We're going to try and send it in deep, and we hit the apron. So we held on though, but that's going to allow Tyler Reddick to get to my outside now coming out of turn 4. He's got the big run down the straightaway. We make a little bit of contact on his left rear, but he is clear going into turn 1. We got Ross Chastain behind me, which means currently Ross Chastain leads the championship 4 as we go in on the inside of Tyler Reddick through turns 1 and 2 on the exit of 2. I'm trying to clear myself off, and we make a little bit of contact on his left front. Now Ross Chastain getting into the battle. He's going to make a 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn 3. We will clear Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick at a turn 4. Chastain might have a run on the exit. He does, but Ty Dillon's going to blow us all away and easily win the stage by over 2 seconds, I believe, and we get second in stage 2. So this sets us up well, maybe, to where we can pull off a victory for the final time in the Xfinity Series before we move on to Cup. So we got 2 wins right now. Let's try and end it with a third. Ready to go green. Ross Chastain currently leading the final 4 drivers somehow, someway. He has pulled it off as we are green for possibly the final time in the season here in the Xfinity Series. Clear just about a tie down. We're going to easily clear him going into turn 1. That was a very good restart. Now as we're going to run the bottom there, obviously going to drift to the top, middle line kind of as well. So we easily kind of pull away on the entrance of the corner. We get loose at a turn 2, kind of blocking the 3 now down the back straightaway as he caught me. Going into turn 3, Ty Dillon's going to look to the inside in turn 3, but we do clear him. We chop him on the front end just a little bit, and that he had to slow up, thankfully. So we do hold on to the lead for a moment. Now at a turn 4, he has a run once again, but we're going to lead the lap in Homestead as Chastain, still the best of the final 4 drivers. He's currently just doing whatever he can to hold on to a championship here in the last 25 or so laps. So can he do it? I'd be shocked if he did, but it's looking like his chances are getting greater and greater as this race goes on. We got Spencer Gallagher now working his way to the front, one of my rivals, so we might have to be careful with him. I don't think we honestly have the fastest car right now. We're just really doing a good job holding on to the lead at this point in the race. As you see Ty Dillon with a huge run down the front straight away, looking to my inside as we approach turn 3, and I'm not really going to battle him too much. We're going to run the middle line once again, and we almost get hit by him. He really pushed up the track in turn 1. Now he's going to look to my inside on the exit of turn 2. Side by side down the back straightaway with Ty Dillon going into turn 3. Once again running the middle line. He is going a little wider than I thought. I thought he was going to be right on the bottom. Look at him drifting way up. I think he has a car on his inside. He does have Ross Chastain there, but he was clear at that moment. Now we come to lap 30 on the exit of turn 2. Chastain on the inside of the leader, Ty Dillon, trying to take the lead himself. Going into turn 3, the 3 starts smoking. He goes into the wall hard, and we get past him with no problems at all. But that might bring out a caution as Cole Custer takes over second. No caution. Oh, there's going to be a caution, I think. Now I'm looking back, and I'm hitting Daniel Hemrick while I'm doing it, and there is so much smoke behind me, and no caution came out, which allowed us to keep continuing racing under the green flag conditions as we came to lap 39. You see Hemrick and the other top 3 drivers put a bit of a gap between themselves and I. Now as Chastain driving for his life, trying to hold off. Now Christopher Bell, who's gotten up to P2. Cole Custer, he drifted back to P5. He's behind me now. But now Chastain has to hold off the championship favorite, Christopher Bell, who has like 8 wins this season compared to Chastain's 1 at Texas. So really, Christopher Bell is probably going to have the best chance maybe here to win. I don't really think the 4 has enough speed to hold him off, but anything can happen. We only have 13 laps to go. Now as we side draft the 21 of Hemrick down the back straightaway going into turn 3, and there's a caution. Obviously, that is not related to Ty Dillon's incident. I mean, that was about 10 laps ago. I'm not sure why the caution came out there. I'm assuming someone crashed behind me or something. But now this sets up for a big chance for Christopher Bell to maybe steal the lead and run away with the championship over Ross Chastain on the restart. We are ready to go green. Green flag is back out. Cole Custer and P5, Allgaier 7th. They need to get past myself and Hemrick. We're going to try and push the 20 out to the lead so I can kind of better myself, because I don't want the 20 winning the championship. You guys know that by now. but we're going to try and gain as many spots as we can, and if we have to help the 20 to get our position better, then I'll help the 20. But clearly we helped him and didn't help myself very much as we lost time down the back straightaway. Cole Custer on my inside trying to keep his hopes at a championship alive. He makes a little bit of contact on my left door going into turn 3, but Chastain has cleared the 20 of Christopher Bell on the exit of 4 down the front straightaway. Chastain just needs to hold on for 9 more laps in Homestead, Miami. And I'm still trying to win this race. It's not over for us yet. Now as the 21 gets to the bottom of the 20 car of Christopher Bell. So now Bell falls back to P3. And now he has to get back past Hemrick if he even wants to have a chance at winning this championship. As we push the 20 down the back straightaway. I'm still not happy with him for what he's done in the last few rounds of this playoff. Now to the inside of Christopher Bell. Oh my gosh, we make a lot of contact on the exit of 4, and that's going to allow Justin Allgaier, my teammate, to get to my inside. We should maybe let Justin go, but I'm just going to run the top to middle line once again in turns 1 and 2 as the 20 checks up a little bit. We get a bit of a run on him, but he's going to have the better exit out of turn 2. Now on lap 47, pretty much the same situation. The 7, the 20 side by side as we have the 11 on my inside. We get to the inside of Bell though. Going into turn 3, we have a lot of contact. Truex sticks his nose in, and that's not going to end while the 20 goes into the wall, and round we go. We hang on to it. We hang on to it. I didn't even have intentions of taking the 20 out. But as soon as we got hit in the left rear and we made contact with the 20, I decided we're just going straight and making sure he gets into the wall. And that's going to clearly eliminate his chances at a championship, which is really good looking on him because of what he's done to us. But that ruined our race completely as we come to 2 to go in the season. P9 at this point, I believe Ross Chastain still has the lead because Christopher Bell, he's way behind now. Allgaier, he was like 5th. And Cole Custer, you see there's P7. So at this point, Ross Chastain just has to hold on for another lap and a quarter to win the championship. And he might win the race too, which will give him a 2-win season. And he's going to win 2 of the last, 3 races. And he's going to possibly win the championship here within the next lap as we come through and take the white flag one final time in the Xfinity Series. As we get ready to move on to our Cup career, we're not going to get another win, unfortunately, due to so many incidents with our rivals throughout this last half of a season. It's really changed how the playoffs played out for me. But we did a good job this season performing, and we made it to the round of 8. We couldn't quite make it to the round of 4 due to Ross Chastain winning in Texas, but through turns 3 and 4 one final time, and on the exit, Ross Chastain is going to win the Xfinity Series Championship, and we're going to bring the car home in P9. Let's just all process that for a moment. Ross Chastain has won the championship in the 4 car. He finished 2nd, so he did not win the race, but he didn't need to win the race. He still beat the rest of the 3 competitors he had. So he is the champion, and congrats to him. Spencer Gallagher, he finishes last, 13 laps down. Looks good on him for the, I don't know how many times he wrecked me during the season. But we get a good payday here. So 2 wins, there it is. Okay, so Bell had 6 wins. Allgaier 7. Custer had, I think it was like 3 or 4. So clearly Chastain kind of lucked into that championship, but he did it, and there's really no arguing against it. So it would have been nice if we would have made the Final 4, though.
Congratulations. That was a great rookie season.
Yeah, it was a solid rookie season, I'll agree.
Hey, you had a fantastic rookie season. I'm excited to see what you do next year.
In the Cup Series, yep. Christopher Bell, yeah, you made an enemy for life. Karma. Should I apologize to him? No, absolutely not. We're going to provoke him. And that's pretty much the only messages we had, but now this leaves our decision to go for next season. So we're not going to compete in Xfinity next season yet. You see there in the Truck Series, we are going to participate in the Truck Series this season, and as well as we're going to go to the Monster Energy Cup Series. So that's going to be an interesting one. Now we get to choose a car for that, and I have in mind where I want to go. We had 3 5-star offers from Hendrick, Gibbs, and Ganassi, and I decided we should probably go with Ganassi. And we're going to go with the number 42 car. And next episode in the Daytona 500, you will understand kind of the way how it works on why I decided to drive the 42 car. And I'll tell you right now, once we get to the Daytona 500, my Cup career, the style of these videos is going to look quite a bit different than what you guys have been getting. If you know of any F1 YouTubers, if you watch any of them like Erva and Team at Marduk, my videos are going to be kind of similar style to those, which you don't really have on the NASCAR side, but that's what you're going to be seeing from me in the future. So yeah, we chose to drive the 42 car. We got quite a bit of paint schemes, which we'll go over in the next episode. And now it's time for the Camping Road Truck Series choice. So we decided we're going to start a team, and we're not going to be the best at the beginning of the season, but we have enough money to obviously invest into the team to become really good. But for the first couple races, we're going to kind of start off slow and invest slowly. Hopefully, really, after the first 5 races, we are going to be a team that can compete up front and maybe even win some races. So we went with Love's Truck Stop or whatever it is as our sponsor. And then we had to select a car type. Obviously, we just bought that. I think there was a Super Speedway one. It didn't really matter because I have enough money to buy every chassis. And these are the staff that we can hire right now. So this is really the first time I've owned a team since the Dirt Series. So it's kind of, I'm not used to it, but we will get used to it. It's not very complicated in this game. So you see the paint scheme that we have. We're going to change it up. We ran the number 36 car. And now here is the finished result. It's the yellow, red, black with a little bit of a white stripe. And now I believe we move on to the Cup intro. Let's find out. No, we got to do the prepare for upcoming races. Okay, so yeah, we had to hire some other people after we kind of bought everything. So I went and spent a bunch of money and bought all 6 chassis. So we have a lot of crap. Now we bought more employees. You see now, after all the money spent, what we have. So it's pretty good, looking pretty good. And obviously we're not going to be in Xfinity or Dirt next season, as Warren, our agent, tells us. And now let's go to the Cup Series intro.
To the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series.
I'm Ray Evernham. I'm originally from Hazlet, New Jersey. I'm retired from being a crew chief and car owner in NASCAR for many years. I'm still a racer. People think it takes bravery to be a driver, and you've got to be a little bit brave, but the best drivers I know are smart. Be committed. You're not going to do this without commitment. The Cup Series is the ultimate. It's the show. And when you get the Cup, it's on. The races are longer. The competition is harder. Everything you do is more critical than it ever was because everybody at that level is already a champion.
You've made it to the top. Now, go show the world what you can do.
All right, there you have it. We made it to the Cup Series, and now we have a message.
Congratulations on making it to the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. You know, I've spent a lot of my career making drivers into champions. This is a huge milestone for you, and I believe with my hard work and your talent, we can make you a champion.
Well, I certainly hope so, Ray. I don't want to not win a championship like we did in Xfinity, but now I have a bit of a surprise. We're not the one driving the truck in the Truck Series. You see in the bottom, we signed Hailie Deegan to drive for my team this season as she's moved up from K&N and now into the number 36 Polar Star Motorsports or Polar Star Racing, whatever the heck our team is called. She's going to be driving our truck either way. So I'm going to show you guys the first race, and obviously we're not driving the truck, so you're not going to be seeing our onboard camera or my point of view throughout the race. You're going to be seeing kind of the broadcast style of what we saw in the TV kind of way, to put it simple. So she's going to be starting in a pretty decent position in this race, and hopefully the goal is to get a top 20 in the first 2 or 3 races. So the expectations aren't very high right now because we don't have the best truck in the field. But you see Hailie started P29 as the green flag came out, and right off the bat she went to the inside of Dalton Sargent and tried to get a pass on him complete as she took him and Clay Greenfield 3 wide going into turn 1, and the move did end up working, thankfully, as she cleared Dalton Sargent for P27 now, so she gained a few spots on the start, so it was a half-decent start to the race, but at this point she still needed 7 extra positions to get in to the top 20, so there was still quite a ways to go, obviously. Unfortunately, in the replay mode, they don't have the lap count anymore in the left bottom of the screen. But thankfully, I actually, keep track of what the heck's going on. So as we come towards the end of lap 1 now, up to P28, coming to the line. But now towards the end of the stage, you see she worked her way up to P23. Now coming towards the final few laps as we have a spinner in turn 4. Kind of the big one, but she got by it with no problem at all. I don't know who that was when spinning, but it looked like they had a tire go down. We have the onboard camera from the incident for you guys to see. So she's coming down the back straightaway, going into turn 3. You see the white truck up by the wall. He just kind of loses the back end there. He's kind of losing it there, and then he fully loses it as she ducks down to the yellow line. Just barely misses the crash. So thankfully, she got through it with no problem at all, and now this is going to allow her to gain a few extra spots as we get ready to start the second stage of this race from P21. So already now up to 1 spot behind the goal position. So it shouldn't be too much of a problem, really, to just get into the goal. We might even be able to contend for a top 15 before this race is over, which would certainly be really exceeding expectations early on in the season. As you can see, the outside line, they stacked up pretty big, kind of about midway through the pack. It was Brett Moffitt leading that outside kind of gap between him and the front outside pack. But they kind of regrouped back together as Hailie kind of lost a little bit of ground between herself and the truck in front of her going into turn 3 now. Certainly our truck doesn't have a ton of speed right now. The first few races it's not going to. So we're going to have to work on that after we get past Atlanta. We should be able to gain some speed in this team. But right now she's doing a really good job as we came to the end of the first lap in stage 2. Up to P21 still now, even coming to the end of the stage 2. She's running on the bottom line, trying to gain a few more spots before we come to the line. Now on the exit of turn 4, I think that's Justin Hailie coming to the line to win stage 2. And Hailie Deegan's looking like she's going to get P21 in stage 2. And then throughout stage 3, she slowly worked her way up towards the midfield and just kind of kept going forwards now as you come to lap 24. Just about 5-ish laps to go. Hailie worked her way into P10 now as we come to the last lap in this race. A big gap between herself and the front pack, but it doesn't matter. She's still exceeding expectations now, running P13 as we come through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. The 15 truck with a big run on the outside. He's holding on pretty well. He's got help from Todd Gilliland now coming on the top of the line, but Hailie, she went up to kind of side draft the truck on her outside and almost got passed on the inside, but she held on thankfully. But now you're going to see a lot of trucks going right on by, just with much more speed than we have right now in the team. So she got passed by Harrison Burton, Fontaine, and now the 83 on her outside as we approach turn 4. On the exit of turn 4 now, it's not going to matter if she gets passed at this point because she's up in 17th. She might get to 18th, but it's still going to exceed expectations. And Hailie Deegan is going to bring us home a P17 in Daytona for her first race in the Truck Series. Hopefully she can continue that performance as we get ready to go into Atlanta, which will be after the Daytona 500 episode. So we'll see what she can do then. I doubt she's going to do as good based off the speed in the truck. So we're probably going to have a rough race there, and then we're really going to have to upgrade the team to make it better in the future as we get ready for Martinsville after that one. Martinsville is probably going to be a good opportunity, but 19th in the points is where Hailie Deegan stands after Daytona. So a really good start to the season, and next episode will be the Daytona 500 for myself. So look forward to that one. And that will be coming probably on Monday. So look forward to that. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe, like, comment. Those would all be incredibly appreciated. And I would like to thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your day to watch me play video games. I mean, it's pretty cool that you guys do that. So thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you guys in the next episode for our first full-time Cup start in the Daytona 500 in the number 42 car.